Says Ranisimi again. On Pesach, everyone speaks about how we got taken out from Egypt. But we have to first understand, how did we go to Egypt? Why did we go to Egypt? So the Torah tells us Hashem promised Avraham Avinu, the land of the chosen people and the chosen land. And what? He said, know that your children will be aliens in a strange land. And only then, after they're enslaved, I will take them out and give them to take them to the promised land with the big riches, right? So now the question is, why did he tell him that? Why didn't he just take us to the chosen land just like that? Why do you have to go to Egypt first? So therefore the Gemara says, it's because of one question that Avraham Avinu said. And that is, he asked Hashem, how shall I know that I will inherit it? What do you mean, how will I know? What are you asking Hashem? How will you know? Hashem just told you He's going to give it to you. He's going to deliver to you. Why are you having doubts on Hashem? Give me a sign. Hashem has to give you a sign. So therefore, from this, we see the Maharal explains that Hashem saw in Avraham Avinu a little bit, a speck of little lack of emunah, and He knew already that it's going to be detrimental. And by the time it gets to His chosen people, the descendants of Avraham Avinu, the emunah question is going to be bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So therefore, what did He do? Hashem always makes the medicine before the sickness, and therefore He sent them to Egypt. And what are they supposed to gain in Egypt? What are they supposed to learn? Emunah. How do they learn emunah? From the plagues, from seeing how Hashem redeemed them. But more than that, they learn what it means to be a servant. A person asks you, what do you do for a living? You say, I'm a jeweler, I'm a real estate, or I'm a builder, or contractor, whatever it is, right? This is not really what we are. We really have to answer what? I'm a servant of Hashem. How do you know how to be a servant? What does it mean to be a servant? A servant, if he's on call, you're a doctor and you're on call, you're sleeping 3 o'clock in the morning, they call you, wake you up, you have to run to go and do your job, right? You're on call, you're a servant, right? A person who's a servant, he's in the mood, he's not in the mood, he has to do it. He doesn't care if you're in the mood or not. This is your job. The same thing we learned in Egypt, what it means to be a servant. That way when Hashem took us out, He told us, Anochi Hashem Elokecha, not that I created the world. I took you out of Egypt, because in Egypt you were a servant to Paro. Now you're a servant to me. What does it mean to be a servant? Paro woke you up in the middle of the night. You're going to wake up in the middle of the night to go to Netz. Paro made you come to learn and do this job, even though you wanted to, you were in the mood, you were tired or not. You have to come to learn, even though you're not in the mood, you're tired or not. A person learned what it means to be a servant in Mitzrayim, and that gave them the emunah to be able to go and be a servant for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. A person thinks to be free. What does it mean to be free? Rabbi, I want to be chofshi. I want to be free. I want to go eat whatever I want, when I want, go, come, do, say, jump, do whatever I want, whenever I want. And this means to be free. This will be liberation. I'll be happy. I'll be a free spirit. And what? In the end, this gives us nothing. You don't become the person you're supposed to become that way. You became tied and enslaved to who? To your desires. But I can't go to sleep now, even though I know I have to, but because I'm addicted to this, I have to do this now. I can't. So things that you want to do and you know you need to do, you won't be able to do because of your addictions, your vices will grab you. So therefore, to be liberated, to be free, and have emunah, to be free from Paro and free from the Yetzer Hara. Paro represents the Klippa. To be free from that, you have to be who? An Evet Hashem. That's why the Pasuk says, Atikri Harut Ela Herud. The Luchot were engraved. Harut. Don't read it Harut, read it Herut. It's the Luchot give you freedom. The 10 Commandments, the Torah, gives you freedom to what? To really be a person who chooses what he's supposed to do. Otherwise, a person builds bad habits and his habits control his life. To break bad habits, only one who studies Torah and does what the Torah says knows how to break his Yetzer Hara, break those bad habits. And then, when you have purpose, I have a schedule, I have to go pray, I meditate in the morning, then I go and I do this mitzvah, I study, I become cognizant of my spirituality, I become connected to my neshama. Only then when you have these tools, you'll be able to go and unlock the potential and the person you're supposed to become. And that's why the Yetzer Hara, what does he do? He says, no, be chofshi, do your desires. And really, what is he doing? He's putting a ball and chain to you, and you're making you stuck in the bad habits. But then when you study Torah and you keep the Torah, you really become a free bird. But Rabbi, it's so limiting, this asur, you have to be at this time. Yes, every strong, successful CEO, he wakes up even the Goyim. He's the Goyim. Yeah, I wake up 4 a.m., I do ice bath, and then I go do meditation. We do the same thing. We go to mikveh, we go to pray nets, we say Amidah, we go and meditate, connect to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Every successful person has to have a schedule, has to have a purpose, has to have a reason why he's doing what he's doing. And that's what Jewish people have. And that's the key to success. So therefore, don't buy the Yetzer Hara's, false sale of I'll give you happiness, I'll give you freedom. No, he takes you down the drain into jail, into stuck in bad habits. When you go and you want to be liberated, You have to have the emunah that Hashem gave to the Jewish people in Yetziat Mitzrayim. And it all started with Abraham. Abraham said, how will I know? Hashem says, look, I will show you and your children. And that's why the holiday of Pesach is the holiday of emunah. We have to give ourselves the reminder and our children the reminder that Hashem took them out of Egypt. Doesn't mean physically only. It means spiritually they left the exile of the mind, the exile of the spirit, of being stuck to the klippah, the desires of money, fame, honor, and leaving that and realizing I need the Torah to really become the person who's supposed to become. Baruch Ta'olam. Amen.